I'll go up in a few laps.
All
right, welcome to Spa. I'm qualified
You sound
in,
surprised.
I think, 25th.
No. Just directly in front of me.
Which I was pretty happy with.
Time-wise.
Yeah, I said you were fast.
Which I'm pretty happy with, though I am racing with an injured arm.
I just panic in the this first lap.
So, who knows? I think the pace is largely unaffected by the arm, but I'm also a little bit angry because some people really doing their best to try the patience of the administrator.
Don't forget to hit drive, guys.
And hopefully that still comes in with a good result. We got the mandatory pit stop at 20 minutes for tires and fuel. And just make sure it's not changing brakes. We get that now. There we go. Not changing brakes. Okay. Because it was doing that where it wanted to change brakes even if I was on the same brake pads I wanted to keep using, which was kind of annoying. A little bit of a bug. We're using the widget with
single file.
Full. I need to stay out of the red, which means I want to go a little bit slower than this. Valerio, though, is right up behind me. I mean, cars are ghosted, so we don't have to worry about collisions, but it's still a little bit weird that he's... I think everyone up there is trying to stay in the green, which is not strictly required. You just need to be the green towards the end. But, you know what? Better slow than sorry. Now, this may throw up my fuel calculations a little bit. I may have to adjust the amount of fuel that I put in at my pit stop. But we'll see. Mind you, I'm also getting it predicted much lower than I got in qualifying and practice for fuel per lap at 4.05. So that'll be interesting. Back brakes are cold. Tires are very cold. Let's get some heat into them if we can. Do a little wiggling. Justin Swan back here is a bit of a weird choice. Justin's pretty quick. I think he's top 10 in the standings. So to have him back here is a little bit weird. I know he's been struggling at Spa. Actually was pondering not showing up. So I appreciate that he showed up. Because, I don't know, it never sits terribly well with me when someone's like not showing up because they're slow. Now he said like he felt unsafe or whatever as well. And I mean, the truth is that you can be completely safe around Spa if you just don't push it, really. Like, well, any track, really. Like, the danger here is, of course, like, Eau Rouge, predominantly, Blanchimont, a little bit of, like, Bus Stop can be kind of dangerous.
Good luck, Sean. Just find a rhythm.
Thanks, man. You too.
I feel like having Sean Kenny now on that Triple F team. Number one, it gives them a really, really solid driver. He's really reliable at showing up, too. But number two, I feel like Matt Higgs is going to get, like, randomly really chirpy in the chat with his teammates. That'll be... We'll have to see how that goes. Because previously he had Tom LaBeouf as the third member of Triple F, and then Murray Iwanchuk, who is having some problems with attendance right now. Just, like, schedule is problematic for him right now.
Guys, remember to leave some space just so you don't hit the back of someone just because they usually warm up their brakes.
Yep.
And remember, it'll go back to double file.
Need to go faster, need to go faster. Stay out of that orange. It does feel like because everyone saw my guide video, or well, maybe I'm being presumptuous, over on the ESR channel for the rolling start, or not the rolling start, but the widget start, and back tires are still a little bit cold, so that has me worried. Oh, over here apparently. Okay, I thought I started on the right side, but maybe the pole sitter chose a different one. I don't know. better this time. Was kind of far back there for a little bit, which was kind of random. Teammate Wayne Hutchison up ahead. So as per usual, we're going to play the game of, you know, don't hit my teammate, if we can. Wayne is our top teammate today. After I was the top DACA at... did I qualify Wayne at... or I beat him in the race. I don't remember if I
A lot of
out-qualified him.
gravel.
A lot of what? I didn't catch it. Gravel? That's weird. It was bad timing. This is the one problem with the rolling start like this, is you don't really... I'm gonna... Oh! Somebody didn't brake. Which, I mean, is fair enough, but come on, guys. That's not cool. Me and Wayne caught up in that. That'll probably, I think... Oh! Raphael, what are you doing? I think it's a bunch of Mercedes caught back here, too. Okay, well, we're moving. What's the damage like? Minute 4. Oh, God. So we probably are not healthy in any way, shape, or form. So, yeah, we'll be looking at probably an early pit stop then. We'll see what happens. We hit Wayne, but we got hit into Wayne, I think. So, I think we're just going to end up being a passenger. I think someone... Like, you could take Eau Rouge flat out, but there were a lot of people on the brakes, and I think someone completely just ignored what was going on. And now we got a massive pileup on that. Andrew Anderson at the back by the looks of it, in the pit lane. Rafael Sampaio in the pit lane too. And then Francisco Toledo last of the non-pitting cars.
Go ahead, Mike. I'm just trying to get this thing back to the pits.
I'm in the same boat.
Steering wheel's on a 90-degree angle.
Oh, okay. You're worse than I am then.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Thank you. I'm debating. The car doesn't feel too bad. We'll I say this before I hit Blanchimont, which has historically been a massive pain spot for me. We'll kick it easy for there. Do a little lift. I think I can go. All right. So we'll go to the pit windows open. I'm going to try and see if I can do a decent lap before going to the pits. Now, if this lap time comes out as like, I don't know, like north of like 2:30 or some noise like that, then... And it's not like an obvious screw up. Note to self, remind Rafael Sampaio to not flame in chat. Don't get me wrong, he may completely be right about Andy Long. Andy Long was one of the cars behind us. It is possible that he is the one that did the rear ending, because he was a bit out of position. That being said, or was he? I don't remember. I think maybe he was. I think he got a lap in late and therefore qualified near the rear. So it might be Andy Long we're looking at. However, you do not flame in chat. You can flame if you're like, recording like I am, because no one racing is hearing this right now, except when I want them to. And so I can, you vent like this in if you're recording or if you're just sitting in a room alone. Martin Hughes, by the way, has gone off ahead of us, so we're catching him. He's making his 2C's Motorsports debut because Ryan Gonzalez, the previous captain of that team, has been I don't know what the proper word is, but he's fulfilling military obligations. So they needed a new driver. Martin stepped up and has joined Vic Nash and Tommaso Bellino. And yeah, hopefully they make a good little team. I'm still very nervous at Blanchimont with the level of damage I have. Car feels like okay, but the fact that I have apparently like 34 seconds of body damage and
Pants moment.
And suspension damage does make me, in general, very worried about like really pushing it. So let's see here. What's lap time? 25.8. That's not good, but that's also not ridiculously bad. I qualified on a 221, so that makes that seem really bad. But that being said, we're now full on fuel. My goal is like 220 or is like 223s for the race, so that's not terrible. Let's try another lap. Keep in mind, I'm also taking it really... I'm not really pushing... Oh, there we go. Much better through Eau Rouge this time. Okay. So this is looking promising. And we are catching a group of people here, including Finn Esch, who is actually, I think the guy directly ahead of me in the championship. Not that I really think of him as a competitor, because Finn is much faster than I am. Just worked out through the vagrancies of Barcelona that we ended up close together. I think that is not someone I can keep up with long term. My real rivals, I think, are Valerio Polsino or Poligno. I don't know how to say your name, Valerio. I'm sorry. Tommaso Biglino. James Butler is faster than me, but so prone to accidents that I do honestly think I could probably beat him in the championship. And then, sadly, I think Wayne is turning into my big rival because as much as I respect Wayne as a way better driver, it just doesn't seem to really be translating to Assetto Corsa right now. And it's disappointing because, of course, as much as I love battling with Wayne, he's my teammate, so not having a teammate who's like significantly up the road in the championship when I was kind of expecting that to be the case is a little bit of a problem. Alright, let's try it. It does definitely feel light at the back end, but
I'll give it to you.
Alright.
But I do think we can go to the pit window. Pitting now would, as much as I'm not going super fast, like 24 flat that lap. This is not what I wanted to run, but this pit lane is really long, and it's a significant problem if you have to pit twice. Like, it's a lot of time lost. So if I could just get the one pit stop done early in the pit window and get fixed up then, I think I'm in better shape. That's my thoughts anyways. You guys can comment down below and say I'm crazy. But I do appear to be catching up to some people. So the pace is not so bad that we're having any kind of real problems. Like, you can see I'm catching up with Christopher Martin or Christopher Martin. I'm not sure which way to pronounce it. Or Martin. And then Martin Hughes up ahead of him. And even, like I said, Finn Esch. Raphael. Number one. I'm recording during the race, so any PMs you send me are going to be, like, slightly visible in YouTube. So I don't know why you would do that. Actually, I guess it's not, because I'm not recording Discord. Okay, so he's actually okay on that. But I just got a message from Raphael basically reporting Andy Long. like, obviously, it's a lap 1 incident. It will 100% be reviewed. But I don't think he's handling it. John Peach is in this mix, too. That's a little disappointing. I mean, I know Peach qualified down in the 30s. But, I don't know. I was kind of hoping he'd go forward. John Peach is... And John, if you're listening to this, don't take any offense, but you are one of the most confusing drivers I've ever met. I've never seen someone who's understanding of how to go fast just... And random sporadic pace, but a complete lack of actual consistency. It's so weird. I said that a number of times too during the academy, so nothing I'm saying is new to him. So now I'm caught up on the back of traffic, so like the pace doesn't even matter. Oh, Bert Schoenthaler, Valerie Policio, both spinning out there. Not sure if Peach collected burnt or not.
We gotta make sure not to hit each other.
And then I can see Hughes, and is that Tommaso Biglino up ahead of him, or is it Vic
We gotta
Nash?
do better.
We're up to 32nd place. No time limit gang from the cut, so that's good. Haven't been practicing a lot for this race because of the arm. I literally had it. Oh, Martin Hughes off. All right, 31st it is. We're ahead of Valerio, which is kind of key. Although he's faster than us, so I don't think, like, as much as he's a long-term rival, it looks like he's got the edge here at Spa. We had the edge at Barcelona on that fight. We'll see how that goes over the course of 10 seasonal rounds here. But right now it's all about us versus Christopher Martin. We're going to go with Martin until I'm corrected otherwise. And he's pretty slow. Very recent addition to the grid. Very new to the game. So I don't really know what to expect from this fight. We'll see. But if we can get past him, then hopefully John up ahead, our teammate, gives us a relatively easy task because, let's be honest, I got caught up in that carnage at the start, and I'm also ahead of John in the standings. So there's just on a team order level, there's no reason he should hold me up. Christopher Martin making that easy, but a little bit worrisome. Valerio coming up behind me as well. So Valerio and John are now the worry. I still don't feel comfortable going through Blanchimont. I didn't when the car... To be honest, I didn't really when the car was healthy, but with the damage, it is shaking loose in there, which is concerning. But it's not too bad anywhere else. Why am I getting a blue flag? What's going on? Oh! Valerio's in 45th... Weird. So Valerio is not behind us. He's behind us. He's down a lap. Interesting. How on earth did that happen? We're only 5 laps in. I know that like a pit stop is really, really long. Maybe he was in the pits. But, I don't know. Like, whoa! Okay, that's a little aggressive when you're down a lap, but okay. Go ahead. I know I am not very fast through Eau Rouge. I just, with the car as is, I don't feel comfortable going hard into there. Oh, kind of like Blanchimont, same thing. Same type of like high speed corner, and the car does not feel good going through it.
Thank you.
And Valerio
Only one major
is
screw up.
really out of shape. I wonder if that's a damaged car he's got, because we saw him off the track when we overtook him. And it does make me wonder if maybe there's something wrong with the Bentley. Lap times are still kind of garbage, but it's not really a point to pitting now. Because we'd have to come in when the pit window opens. And the pit window opens in like 6 seconds, or 6 minutes. So We're only going to go like 3 more laps in this state. Line up for an overtake on Picha. Oh, he fights back.
Clear on the left.
No contact. Good. Gave me a little bit of a harder time than I would have given him if the positions were reversed. But nothing bad. Like, I feel like Christopher Martin gave up the position easier than our teammate. That's a bit weird. Although Christopher is new here, I am the admin, so there is always a chance of, you know, be super nice to the admin. Although, I've always found kind of the opposite. People seem to, like, want to prove the admin is corrupt, and they give him a hard time. Valerio's still getting the blue flags. I'm not worried about it because I do honestly believe he's faster than me. So this is not a Sebastian Vettel blue flags moment. But I don't know. He does seem very slow in sections, which makes me wonder if his car is damaged. And if that's the case, I mean, hopefully he hits the pits really soon. Oh! Or does that. Okay, next up, Vic Nash. And then Finn Esch ahead of him. Don't think we'll catch Finn. We've been a little bit quicker than Finn, so I think Finn's maybe carrying some damage. He's also way further back than he qualified, I think. So, something probably wrong with the Porsche. That being said, Finn's not a... Despite being a air quotes championship rival right now, he's not a pace rival. So, it's Vic Nash, who I think we should be able to make easy work of, and then Leonard Burke will be the next goal. Up there in the... he'll be in... Actually, a very 2Cs looking Porsche. As we're catching the 2Cs McLaren. Really wish he would change that livery just because it's a recolored Dynamics Porsche livery. And the Dynamics Porsches are fairly popular. We have one right now driven by Klaus Reitbauer, and we had 2 others before, but unfortunately a dispute over series regulations led to Peter Winkler and Christian Staff booking out of the series. Fair enough. They were basically, it boiled down to they didn't like the fact that they weren't guaranteed grid spots. As you can see today, though, we had 38 cars at the start, now down to 36. And like everyone gets to race pretty much. It's just that technically there's only 50 grid spots. Because some of the tracks go down to 50, so we don't want to... Some tracks will accommodate more, but that's kind of the bottom. And, like, this one can go up to 82, although I don't know if I'd really want to try that on our server, but we'll see. Maybe someday. We'll give it a shot. We're doing okay. We're doing okay lap times when we're not having to deal with... traffic, and 2 more laps to the pit window is open, so we'll do that and then we'll hit the pits and do our scheduled pit stop and damage fix. And hopefully, I mean, I'm thinking there's a couple of other cars that are going to be doing the same thing, so it shouldn't cost us too bad the fact that we're going to be in the pits for like an extra 34 seconds, but it definitely won't be pleasant. Ooh, Vic Nash, a mistake. But a yellow flag means we can't really attack it. That's Wayne Hutchison and Andy Long. I don't want to pass judgment. I really don't. But given that Rafael Sampaio is on a campaign against Andy Long, and that I just saw that, it is not looking super good for Andy. And I like
Thank
Andy.
you.
He's a good guy. He's one of Travis Wallace's boys as we make a move on Vic Nash there. But,
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Car Heroes is next. So Car Heroes might have also been caught up in that.
Thank you.
I don't know. Obviously, if that gets reported, we'll look at it. If not, it's something that didn't happen. But, I don't have any proof, but it does seem like the accidents are following Andy Long right now. And I know that his ping and internet connection is not the healthiest, so hopefully he can recover. It'd be nice if we could hit this lap, because I do kind of want to get that done as soon as possible. But we're going to pass the pit window in less than 30 seconds. Or pit entry, pardon me, in less than 30 seconds, so. I'm not sure what Blindy? Another new guy. Alright. 25-3. That was with a slowdown for a yellow flag. And an overtake of Vic Nash. So next on our list is Car Heroes. I don't think we're going to get Car Heroes before I hit the pits, because like I said, the car is not super healthy right now. Also, what's the fuel looking like? So we used up about 40 liters and change. We'll call it 42 liters for ease. Which mean for 1/3 race distance, which means we're looking at what that's like 126. I doubt that that's the case.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
You know what it is? My fuel usage has gone up substantially. I'm worried I have an accurate fuel figure, but at the same time, I do feel like I need to pit. Screw it. We'll go with the 60 liters I planned. 120 being a really safe fuel estimate. I think we're probably looking somewhere around like 115. But this damage has caused a higher rate of consumption. So, here's hoping. We have some fuel management tools to our advantage. And, if absolutely needed, we can do a splash and dash. How are the tires? Tires are good. Little low, kind of all around. So I'm gonna push like 0.2 of a psi. I'm gonna push 0.3 into the back and 0.2 into the front of psi to try to bring those tire pressures up a little bit. But we are headed into the pit lane, and we'll see what happens. Fuel usage might be a bit of a weird one this race.
Car on the right.
Oh!
Clear on the right.
Okay, Vic. Friend Vic. Hopefully I don't get a penalty for that. I thought that was a little bit rude. Let me know if you disagree. Not like reportable rude, but like rude. Had a rough time getting the pit box there. Alright, long pit stop here. Glenn Price is in early. Doug DeGroat's in early. Have a look back. Justin Swan in the pits. Justin Swan directly behind me. Mike Stopmill going to put us down a lap. Oh, did Stopmill come in? I don't know. I thought I saw P beside his name for a quick second there. Into the body work repair stage of this race, Christopher Streppinen. Car Heroes heads back out. We'll of course lose him a fair bit unless I mean, it's possible he had similar problems. Alright, so we can hit the ignition back on. And get us started, and let's get going. Alright, so we've cleared the mandatory pit stop. Stop-go penalty for James Butler. I would imagine, being in the pit lane. Not the cleanest pit stop I've ever done, of course. Missed the box, went too far. I still think this game is a little bit over anal about pit box positioning. The reason I say that is that in real life, like, your mechanics will move the jack to accommodate the car. I mean, obviously, you still gotta be in the box or whatever, but it does feel like this is really, really needlessly close, and we are out without a penalty. Wasn't expecting one, but you never know. It's always the speeding in the pit lane where you didn't really notice it that comes into play. So where are we now? We're in the 29th. Not really... Wayne Hutchison's behind us. He's cleared his pit stop as well. No, he hasn't. Okay, so, yeah, we're not really on any threat from the rear. And in front of us, it is Finn Esch, who also has cleared his pit stop. That's not who we're really fighting with. Kind of been over that a couple of times. My disappointment is that I'm a lap down to Thomas Biglino, and granted, or Bellino, but he's got a pit stop to come, and we'll see how much he loses in it. But I do feel like that's one of our main rivals, and today, because of the first corner problems, we're gonna lose ground to him in a big way. Looks like he's doing fairly well. But all we can do is, or all I can do is, I don't know why I say we. I think I've said that in every video. But anyways, what was I saying? All we can do right now, or all I can do right now, there we go, is pin my ears back and go for some fast laps and try and make use of the fresh air in front of me. I've lost car heroes substantially. I knew that was going to happen because I had the long pit stop, and partially my fault, and then also just the fact that I had like double the minimum pit stop length plus some for repair time, and that was always going to set me back. And the question is, where am I in relation to Vic Nash as well, who I don't think has pitted. Douglas DeGroat appears to have had some problems because he's down a lap. Well, there's Vic Nash. He's behind me, but hasn't pitted yet. Sabaldo Di Gregorio coming out of the pit lane. He's got a stop-go penalty. And it doesn't look like he's actually cleared his pit stop, which is interesting. I don't know what he was doing in there then. We just overtook Christopher Martin, I think, who was in the pits. Because I just got promoted a spot, so I think that that is definitely the case. Mind you, Valerio was mixed up in the pit stop stuff, so it might legitimately be like close. Like, what was that lap? You know what? The pit stop might actually be close to a lap. So that's Leonard Burke up ahead of us. He's not pitted yet, which I don't blame him. Those who have come into the pits, I think, are guys who had problems. We know my thoughts on the matter. That let's see how many. Okay, we're showing good on fuel. We've done 10 laps. We have 14 in the tank, and we're almost halfway through. So we should be okay. I'm catching Leonard Burke really quickly. So, I mean, I know I'm on, fresh tires and everything, but still, this is alarmingly quick. Leonard was reasonably quick in qualifying, as he tends to be. Leonard's a pace over consistency and craft kind of guy, which, everyone's got something to work on. But his qualifying, his pace is not usually the problem. Like, you catch up with him when he's Off track, and oh, that was a little scary through Blanchimont. You can see even with the healthy car, it's not great. One of the 2C cars in the pit lane. That would be Tommaso Biglino. Okay, so we'll see where he comes out. I'm very interested to see that. In the meantime, fastest lap of my race, 1:23.1. Now that is where I was looking to be. Like a 22, like getting into the 22s wouldn't surprise me. But like 21s in the race seem a little bit unlikely, especially given that. Oh no 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 no! Oh, stalled it a little bit there. Vic Nash up to 10th place. He still hasn't pitted. We did lose a spot there to
Sorry,
Christopher
John. I was trying
Martin,
to
though.
let off there.
It's alright. Bad place for us.
Oh, kind of want to look at my Fitbit right now and look at my heart rate because I imagine it is through the fucking roof. Matt Higgs coming up on us. We'll let him through as soon as he kind of commits to a move. Where he find oh okay, that's a little late there. But next corner, sure. Throw the brake on a little early. Let him through.
Thanks, Mike.
That's the problem with like that pace difference and on some of these corners. Like I just don't want to deal with it. Like that was probably being a little too nice under blues. Also, the car isn't damaged, I don't think, but it doesn't. The tires are giving me a bit of a vibration. I think honestly, it feels like there's a flat spot. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit of damage, but not much. Showing about less than 2 seconds. So probably just a dent to be hammered out. Tires are a little bit overpressurized, or well, not overpressurized, but a little bit concerningly high. I know the. Oh no 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 no!
Thanks, Martin.
No 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 no! Oh shit!
Thank you.
Oh shit shit shit! This is the problem, is I can't save it once I lose it because the... do we pit again? I don't know if we can afford to. Fuck. Eau Rouge and Blanchimont bite me. It was looking like a decent comeback. What's the front looking like? Bonnet's hanging open. We'll see how it feels. We'll give it one lap. I'm going to go really easy through Eau Rouge and Blanchimont this lap. Oh, man. Oh, no. No. Oh. Oh, no. It can't even remotely handle Blanchimont anymore. Oh, no. Oh. Oh. Oh god, no. We're gonna have to pit. Gonna have to pit again. Shit. I'm so disappointed right now. So I was for having one arm. This was okay. Strategy 1. Fuel to add 0. We will change tires because the tires do not feel very good right now. Oh yeah. Oh, also with this being a non-mandatory stop, actually, the
Got a blue flag.
minimum isn't great. I will change tires.
It's just gonna make your life
Tires
easier.
at 8. I don't like how that's coming in with that though. Yeah, I can't do this full pace.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
That's Joe Nolasco, probably the top. Not proper driving there, but I was distracted by adjusting the pit stop. Okay, well, I can look on the bright side. It's practice for pit stopping, which has been a problem of mine. Leonard Burke in the pits. There we go. Well, Butler hasn't pitted behind me, so... Or he's in the pits now. So that's good. But, yeah, this is looking rough. This is looking rough. I think we can salvage some points. So, I think I can salvage some points. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep trying to do it, but I don't know. Maybe it's just being way, way too frustrated. I've confined this with a couple people, but I'm literally not terribly far away from possibly just resigning as admin of this series because, or just asking for permission just to kick people who annoy me. Like, I hate to be a dictating Nazi fascist about things, but I also at the same time can't help but say that this series, as opposed to every other series I have done, has been incredibly patience testing. You know, whether it was Barcelona spending the entire practice session trying to herd cats because people were bringing the wrong livery or the wrong number or whatever. Today's problems with, like, just people not reading stuff, like constant questions of, where do I find this? It's the same place it was last time. It's the same place it's always been. Sorry this is turning into a bit of a rant, but the race itself has become kind of uninteresting. It's gonna be trying to stay out of last place, basically. Well, man, probably being overdramatic with that. There appear to be 2 cars considerably behind me. So, last is unlikely, but like there's no good result currently in play here for me. Alberto Arjona coming up behind me. I will give him the, because I'm coming out of the pits, I'm way slower down the Camel Straight, and I will give way. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of frustration that just shouldn't be happening. Like, when you volunteer to admin a series, there's a level of frustration that you're anticipating, you're ready for, and you can't complain about it. Like, I can't complain about the fact that I don't get a full practice session, because there's always going to be little bits and pieces of problems, things that need to be taken care of.
Guys, I did a pit stop, but it says invalid anyway.
Did you change tires?
So I don't know, it's the same thing I did in Barcelona, I think. I didn't change nothing.
Yeah, I'm having troubles with this pit.
Can I try change tires once again, like on the fly?
Yes. Andy Long behind me, who's climbed his way up to 24th. Andy Long's connection's fine now. It was really bad earlier. I'm gonna...
Is there a way to find that setting before entering the pit?
Yep.
Yes.
Pit menu.
Oh, sorry, Andy. Sorry. I completely screwed Andy's race up there because I was kind of trying to let him through while helping Simeon. Like, to be honest, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about with the frustrations I'm going through. And why, I don't know, maybe I'll take some time off or something. But, I don't know. I think it's all entirely avoidable, to be honest.
Thank you very much.
Like, a lot of what I'm frustrated with right now is, of course, that this race has not gone very well. And that I'm racing in considerable pain from my shoulder right now. And, well, not my shoulder, but my bicep right now. And, additionally, you know, some things have not gone my way. If Andy wants to report me for erratic driving there, totally understand. It's entirely deserved. But like it's like the pit stop thing, for example, is really annoying because I have a guide video that has been well received outside of the community, has been viewed outside of the community exceptionally large amounts. And how do I do a pit stop is still a question. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know what I can do. Like that's the frustration. It's not that my results are being poor or anything. It's just I don't like to feel like I'm doing a completely bad job of stuff. And the way some people are behaving and the questions that I'm just getting endlessly, I feel like I am doing a terrible job. But I have no idea how to fix that. I don't know how to do... Like, there have been some suggestions and stuff, but it's all been kind of ridiculous. Like, it's been like, oh, well, you could give the password out on Race App. People can't find the password channel as is on a Discord that they're supposed to be using on a daily basis. Why would that help? Like, oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry for venting here, guys. For the, like, 10 views I might get on this video. But, I don't know. It's the only thing making me feel better right now. As Andy comes up to me once again. This time, we're going to let him through without incident. Probably after La Source. He's not quite close enough to let through now. Well, I mean, he's close enough, but like, it would be ridiculous. But I do want to see me and Naku in the pit lane. He's actually fallen back from me after La Source. That's a bit weird.
Coming up on you quick here, Martin.
Gonna be slow on there. Let him through. Thank you. Car is still not handling very well through Eau Rouge and Blanchimont. It's still concerning. We're down a lap to a guy in 24th place, so, like, a good result is not on the cards. John Peach in 25th is closer lapping us than we are to the back of him, so I don't think he is going to lap me, but I'm just saying. This is not looking good. This was my best result last season, too. I think I picked up a 7 here. Or a 7th here. Despite an interesting incident with lap traffic and Toby Howard. And it's, it's my fault that this race is gone tits up, basically. It's not like I've had, I had a lap 1 incident, but that shouldn't have been the end of it. Like, the problems really came after the pit stop to fix that damage. Having to pit again. Like, I can't blame anyone but me for this being so bad. Like, I don't have anyone to report beyond that first one. I didn't like Vic Nash just kind of dive up the inside at the bus stop when I was going to the pits. But that also could be the fact that I knew I was going to the pits, and there's not like there's any way that he would know that, so like I can't hate it. Cannot hate it. Anyways, going through. Looks like I will do a 222 in this race. That's nice. Just out of curiosity, who am I even tracking down right now? There we go. James Butler is ahead of me, and Wayne Hutchison. Just hit the brakes there because it was I don't know. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel confident. Like, I'm gonna finish the race. There's still a quarter of the race left. Maybe something will happen, but I don't know. I'm gonna be frustrated with myself after this. Frustrated with people. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I think is what it comes down to. More than anything else.
Thanks, Bird.
Like, on the other hand, it's also been really exciting to see so many new drivers and see such a deep field. Like, it's not that there hasn't been positives. There's been some amazing new people come in that are very fast and very enjoyable to race against. It's just, I don't know. It's a couple of bad seeds really can spoil a field, I guess. That was a good run through Blanchimont, probably for the first time today. And that will let us do a new session best lap. Despite having had a really, really bad run through Eau Rouge. Just down to confidence and, using the brake. We're like this is the frustrating thing, really. I'm keeping with Andy Long, who admittedly is down in 24th place. But he's down in 24th place while being way faster than that, if you know what I mean. Like, you can see how he's leaving John Peacher for dead, because we can see, I can see that I'm leaving John Peacher for dead, like at a rate of about 3 seconds a lap right now. I don't know if John maybe has some damage, because I doubt that I'm actually 3 seconds faster than him over a lap, or maybe he made a mistake. I don't know, but you can see that he's really not actually in this spot. And now we got Martin Hughes ahead of us, who is up a lap on us as well. If I were Martin, I would probably just give us the lap back. This has always been my theory, is that, like, if a guy is catching you multiple seconds a lap, fighting him under blue flags is just not going to help. And I am definitely catching up to Martin Hughes pretty quickly. So hopefully he realizes that I'm down a lap with 12 minutes left in the race, so about 6 laps. I'm not actually a threat to him in any way, and hopefully he just lets me through. Because getting caught behind him is going to be like that kind of thing that just adds to this already really unimpressive day, I guess. Okay, kind of looks like he's trying to let me through, or he just completely messed up that line. I don't know which. Alright, we're through. Looks like he's struggling a little bit in that section. So, I can relate, Martin, if you watch this. I can relate. And hey, Xavier Eugeni's up in the top 10. Congratulations to him. That M6 is not a very good car. And he delivered a pretty solid result, if I recall correctly, at Barcelona, despite not qualifying all that well. qualified a fair bit better today and is running up the top 10. So, hey, good work on him. He's ahead of Nolasco and Simmons, who are probably the top Mercedes in the field, I would think. No time gain, thank you. So yeah, we're still on the tail of Andy Long. Not that that's worth anything. He's lapped us, and I'm not faster than him. So, not like I'm gonna unlap myself there. And yeah, don't even know who I'm chasing. Like, they're not even on the screen. It was James Butler, but I don't even know if it still is. And the thing is that the way the gaps work with the setting where you can see them by order is it's gonna probably give me a blank until I am on the same sector as him. Actually, I guess at the finish line I'll swap over to the other view and just, I don't know, see if I'm anywhere near improving on this position, or if I'm looking legitimately at a 29th place here.
Thank you.
There's a slow car behind.
Thank you.
Oh, I've actually caught up to Butler. He's had something happen. That's interesting. What's going on? Just did a 2:31, which I can't imagine is a good lap for him. .7 seconds. I can make that up in 4 laps. If he keeps doing those laps, yes. Problem is I have no reason to believe he actually is doing that pace, because we got the white flag that suggests that, like, you know, he'd spun out or something. So this may be a false dawn, but we'll see.
Thank you.
Thanks, Vic.
I didn't catch what Butler's lap time was. I did a really good lap there. He's up to 6.8 though, ahead of me again. So I mean, it said I was ganging on him, but then it looks like he's restrung it out. So not really anything there. Martin Hughes is up ahead of him, but I don't have a gap between them to go on. We'll leave it like this to see for a quick bit if we can get a gap. Yeah, there it is, 25 seconds. So yeah, no. With 5 minutes to go, I'm not going to be catching anyone, it seems like, because Butler is pulling away from me. So his mistake either has left him with no damage or it's drivable damage. So, yep, looks like 29 points probably. Or 29th position, and I want to say it's 2 points. I don't remember my own. I don't remember my own scoring system because I come up with so many different ones to suit like situations. So, but anyways, we've lost 6 cars. Shout out to Burnt, who we're catching up to. Still running, despite not really having anything to race for. Appreciated, buddy. It is drivers like you that do make all this hassle worthwhile. Guys who soldier through and do their best regardless of the situation. Oh, this is getting painful. 2 more laps. 2 more laps, Bicep. We don't have to go any further. And then I'll get a nice icy hot patch or hot pack for you and put the sling back on, and we can rest you until I got another race on Wednesday. Oh. I'm not letting my teammate, I'm not letting Wayne down by not showing up. That would be incredibly rude of me. We race through the pain. Oh, I picked up some, I picked up 2 spots there. So some people in the pits maybe makes me feel a little better. Martin Hughes and possibly Simeon Naku, maybe? Simeon's had some problems with pit stops. Oh. Okay, held it. But, yeah, no one really to catch still. At this point, any positions I pick off are other people's misfortunes. And very little to do with what I'm bringing to the table right now. Like, this is kind of the what could have been thing, because like I've got Xavier and Joe Nolasco and Max Simmons kind of piling up in behind me now, but like I
think the lap car is just trying to push me into his teammate.
They're not they haven't been
tactics
like catching up to me at any like massive rate, so like
he got out of the way real easy on his teammate.
Honestly, we'll just let him through here. This is not required for anyone looking at blue flags. But they're having a nice race on the final lap. I'll let them continue it. I have nothing. I'm dealing with nothing personally that will affect my race. Like I said, the only thing that would alter my position right now, I'm surprised that was a no time gain. That is stunning. That was a pretty hard. Cut. I mean, I guess I'm like 4 seconds off my pace right now, but so the lap is not fantastic, but anyways, yeah. What I was saying is, right now wasn't catching James Butler any likelihood. Now, of course, watches Butler like flies off the track, loses like 10 seconds, and I go, damn it! I could have had that, but prefer to let Xavier and Joe and Max fight it out. Hopefully for some good broadcast moments, and just bring it on home, and end this frustrating day.
Thanks, man.
Whoa.
Well, we're gonna get one extra lap. So the fuel ended up being
I
pretty
think
fine.
someone ran out of fuel right on that track.
Ooh, that's a good point. Maybe I can get lucky. Maybe I can get lucky with some fuel. That'd be nice. Also, Wesley Stokes has not cleared his pit stop. That's a bit weird.
That was a light touch there, Mr. Butler.
Ooh, Butler may be struggling with someone, so we'll see.
Dirty drivers, all of you.
I was dirty driving. Right?
Worst result of the season, but hey, the bar is set really low for round 3. Alright, we have a winner. I expect it's Mike Stockmill. Didn't look like anyone else really had the pace for him today. None of the Porsches seem to really be up at their top game. Oh, Jeff is slapping back. No good for me, but looks like he may have messed up his fuel calculations. Same with Justin Swan, but also has a lap on me. So, no good there. Wish people wouldn't chat until everyone was done the race, but admittedly, unlike in Race Room, it's a little bit harder to find out who's done the race in this.
Come on, car! Oh! 1 foot.
Oh!
Push him, push him.
Let these guys
That
through.
was nice racing, Nash. Tell Butler screwed us up. We had a bumper-to-bumper finish.
We'll do our cool down lap. So, thoughts on the race?
I want to know who caused that wreck on the straightaway before we even got to the first turn.
So, thoughts. Obviously, lap 1 was a bit of a problem. It's not really any other way to say that. But largely took myself out of the contention with the 2 spins and the extra pit stop. And
I had 3 track limits warnings.
looks like people were really happy with the race, though. So
I had too much fuel.
I'm happy with that.
Kind of had it in the back of my head, but I just
I
didn't
still
want
have
to
5
mess
laps left to fuel.
Mine was perfect.
Who's
I
driving
had
that
10.
driving that yellow Porsche? That's what caused that massive wreck on the first start before we even.
Just don't worry about it.
It will be reviewed. No need to worry.
I'm not upset. I just wanted to know. I don't care. It's just a game.
It's a game.
Do we still have to wait?
No, but at this point you can depart.
Okay, thank you.
8-car pile up in the first half second.
Yeah, I was in that pile up, so you know, I'm in the same boat as everyone else, but stuff happens.
I've seen that happen in real life. I saw.
When was the big?
It was Mr. Swan slowing down, I think. Ironically.
I've seen like 7 or 8 Ferraris crash on the start line.
I mean, keep in mind, big pileups happen in that area of the track, even in pro racing. So there's not really any sense getting mad about it.
Sean, what happened?
Traffic, just I don't know. Not good enough.
As we park ourselves in here.
When was the big wreck at the start?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a big wreck at the start.
8 cars, I think. It's pretty funny.